For almost 100 years, one household name has stood strong, changing people's lives through a work-from-home opportunity with hours to suit. Part-time, full-time, or simply an additional income, providing unlimited earning potential and financial freedom. A system that's simple to learn, with hundreds of products for everyone and everywhere. No selling or previous experience needed. Catalogs, online retailing and ordering, plus full training and support make it simple to earn money. Startup is low cost, there's no need to hold stock, and commission is paid on every order. On top of that, there are cash incentives, car awards, and once-in-a-lifetime overseas trips. Simply retail or earn even more by building a team. Europe's first ever network marketing company is still going strong in the 21st century, trading in the UK, Ireland and Spain, with plans for further international expansion. Kleeneze, in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Working together, growing together, stronger together.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Kleeneze Managing Director, Michael Katkar.
We are stronger together. Stronger, yes we are. Much more.
Happy New Year, Kleeneze! Kleeneze, I will say it for the last time. Good riddance to last year. It really is time to move forward. I never, for the rest of my days, want another warehouse move. We got through it, Kleeneze. We got through it together. And today will be entirely about the future, and particularly the next 5 years, as we head towards our 100th year in business. Coming together, working together, and stronger together. There has never, ever been a more appropriate slogan in Kleeneze than stronger together. The strongest people are still here with us. That strength that you showed in your resilience, your camaraderie, and your support has formed the foundation of probably the most powerful and brilliant network of people we have ever had. There's always one, Junior. Adversity does not build character. Do you know what? It reveals it. And we certainly did that. Our adversity revealed the truest character of so many people in our network. And it was that incredible attitude of the majority that kept us going through our toughest days. Great things in business are never, ever done by one person alone. They're done by a team of people. And that has been our winning factor. You, the greatest network of people, and of course, the amazing team at HQ. So will you please welcome on stage our Kleeneze team members who are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, our team from HQ, one team with one incredible vision, not just to fight through adversity, but to build the future of this business and get to the centenary and beyond. Would any of you like to say anything? Nothing? Angela, would you like to say anything?
I'd love to, but not going to.
Emma, would you like to say something?
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Xenia, Carla, Yasser, would you like to say something? Does anybody, Lloyd, would you like to say some? No, you stay where you are. And I'm not going to ask Chris, because Chris will want to say something. You do, don't you? No, don't. You stay there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, we have the greatest team we have ever had at head office, just like we have the greatest network that exists today. And together, we will build this future. Thank you to Team HQ for everything you've done. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Well done, Michael. Now there are people here for the first time wondering what on earth is going on. So if this is your first showcase today, will you please stand and be recognized? Let's see who you are. We all thank you for being here today and being part of the Kleeneze business. Watch, listen, and learn. There will be enough information here today that you need to build any kind of business and future that you want. Also, of course, there are people watching via live stream. Among you out there, there are our supporters, probably some of the competition. You know what? My message to all of you out there is exactly the same. You are all very welcome. And thank you for giving up your valuable time to watch today. And of course, please don't forget, we have a Twitter hashtag for those of you that use Twitter. It's hashtag Kleeneze Showcase for you to share all your motivational thoughts. And that's all, if you don't mind. Thank you. Look, 2 years ago, at the New Year launch 2016, I gave some standards that I promised to abide by as your Kleeneze MD. They were all about partnership, transparency, and growth. I'll try today to update those and give you a set of determining factors that I will promise to abide by, and a set that I think you should also consider as a Kleeneze network, knowing that you are the integral part of the Kleeneze past, the present, and most importantly, the future. Listen, my 5-year commitment to you is simple and straightforward. The Kleeneze 5-year plan, one, is about growth. Whatever it takes, and whatever we have to do, we will expand this business into Europe, but only when we are ready and we have the full support system to progress. There has only ever been one single objective of this business, and that is to simply ensure that people make money and build a future. We will further instill that confidence that you are in the right place at the right time. And I want that confidence in every single Kleeneze distributor. Number 2 is about partnership. Our partnership goes 3 ways: between the network, our owners, and of course the team at HQ. The link has been strong, but I will promise I will make it even stronger. It has to be. I need you to trust that we are doing everything for the right reasons. Of course, we don't always get it right. We make a habit of getting it wrong. But you know, our intentions are always for the right reason and with a network put first. We will support you and support your business to grow. There is absolutely no hidden agenda. Get it into your heads. No secret. I will tell you everything that I possibly can to keep you informed. Even when you feel it's too much information, I will tell you. And I want you to feel part of the business. We did that last year, and we will do it through our future. I promise you that. It is only with that unique collaboration that we stay stronger together. For now, there is a fundamental need for this business to get back to basics, supporting each other to simply go forward. Talking of support, our aim is only to support you in building the business. In reality, it is the only aim we have. Our plan for the next few months is re-establishing that slightly broken connection at times with your customers. Listen, you've already seen our new monthly catalog, Kleeneze Collections and Kleeneze Essentials. Both can be obtained free through qualification. I want to do more and more of that. Invest back in you, who is the heartbeat of our business. Your next K-Life and main book will be around in the next couple of months, and we'll give you timings of that in the next couple of weeks, exactly when they're coming out. New main book and new K-Life. Of course, the warehouse, aside from the slight challenges we still have, is now fully functioning. It took us 6 months to complete the monumental move, and don't we know it? But now that is done. The aim is to support you even more through our service. So from the 15th of January, your 3:15 p.m. deadline for order entry and delivery within 48 hours will be permanently extended to 9:15 p.m. So any orders placed up to 9:15 in the evening will be delivered within 48 hours. Of course, our ultimate aim for this year is a 24-hour service. And I promise you, we'll continue to work towards that now that we have a supply chain that works. Also coming soon, within a matter of weeks, will be SMS service that will send you a text message giving you advance warning of your scheduled delivery time. I know these are only small tweaks, but I'm hoping getting back to basics of service delivery will be an enormous help. Incentives. Of course, you know that Kleeneze is renowned for some of the greatest incentives in our entire industry. Whilst I'm attempting to get the basics back on track, your next international destination will be revealed later this year. As your MD, I have to always make the decisions. They're not always popular, but they are the right ones for the entire organization. Therefore, I made that decision, which I felt right for the business. You will have the monumental destinations, and the one we have planned for later this year will be our greatest. You will not be disappointed. And I'll even let you have the criteria in advance in the next few weeks so you know what to do in advance. But it is about today getting back to basics. It really is. And things that benefit the entire organization. This week, we launched the ABC incentive, a real back-to-basics idea to reward you for sponsoring people and encouraging them to build their business. Later this year, I will also bring back Leads to Success, another incentive that directly builds your business. The initial aspiration of any new distributor has to be to get to Gold Distributor, which of course is a building block for the business. Along the way, one of the first stepping stones of that journey to gold is to obviously hit 18%. In 2018, we are launching a brand new incentive, the Go 18 in 2018. Simply put, it will encourage new distributors to hit that first milestone quicker. The criteria is simple and straightforward. Hit 18% for the first time in 2018. Hold that level for a minimum of 6 periods. Initiate at least 5 people into the business that do 500 BP in sales, not only will you begin the building of your Kleeneze future and start to make money, but you will qualify for a luxury UK hotel break with a spectacular gala dinner and your own Kleeneze seminar. You'll find all the details at the end of the day email. It is back to basics. Hitting 18%, hitting gold, going up the sales plan, and for God's sakes, making money. There cannot be anything more basic in this business. So Kleeneze, what do I want from you in return? Other than what you've done, and that's staying on my side and by my side. My requests are simple. I want time. Please be patient as we not only get back to basics, but do everything that I have already promised to grow the business and build on our partnership and support you in every conceivable way. I need that small amount of time. Please be patient. Number two, even simpler. I want one Kleeneze. I'm not going to back down from this one Kleeneze. This is the time to support each other more than ever before. Break down those walls, fight through those barriers, and just work together. Because you know as well as I do, we are simply stronger together. This is not about little teams anymore. This is about one Kleeneze. Share your ideas. Why are they so private? Share your ideas, build each other, and work as one network. It will be the strongest thing you can ever do to work as one business. Share those bloody ideas and work together. With that one vision, we will succeed. It really is the only way forward. Alone we are strong, together we are stronger. Our future depends on you lot sticking together. It's simple as that. Good ideas, share them, build each other. Integrity. This is very important. Our greatest asset is you, the Kleeneze network. And one of your greatest assets is your integrity. But you know what? It's time to realign ourselves with the true values of being a Kleeneze distributor that will keep us apart from any of the so-called competition. Firstly, never, ever knowingly direct your sponsoring activity towards any other network marketing organization. In other words, never ever poach from another business. It is simply bad, ill-educated practice and against the ethos of the entire MLM industry. I don't care if other companies lower their standards. I don't want you to ever do that. Let them do what they want to do. Hold your head up high in the knowledge that if your opportunity is really good enough, you should never, ever have to poach from another company. There's enough people out there that will join you without having to do that and to lower your standards. Never, ever fall in the trap, and I'll tell you, it is a trap. Never fall into the trap of being derogatory about any other MLM organization. I don't care what others are doing. I don't give a damn how low their esteem is or how low their standards are. You should never stoop to that level. Kleeneze, we are better than that. I have never had to be derogatory to any organization, and neither should you. I don't care what the rest do. I really don't. Social media etiquette. Oh, that raised a titter. Look, you can post pictures of your dinner, your holiday, and even your backside for all I care. But do not say negative things about your brand. Every time you do that, you are damaging yourself and your business. And anything said on social media is recorded forever. I don't want to take action against people in the business, but I will do if you bring the business into disrepute. Don't do it. Stay away from it. Simply put, in the words of Jim Rohn, let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, but not you, Kleeneze, not now, not ever. So, Kleeneze, from me and the HQ team, you will get that growth, you will get that partnership, and you will get that support. In return, I want that time, and I want that one Kleeneze, and I want that integrity that we are so, so good at. If we can achieve all that, we will be stronger together, and we will have a massive, successful 2018. We are in this together, and we will do this together. Now, moving on, unfortunately, our chairman is unable to join us today. So straight on to our Kleeneze network speakers. All of them massive Kleeneze stars, epitomizing the business with enough information and inspiration that you need. And moving on, our first Kleeneze network speaker today is the one and only Mrs. Fiona Webb.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if it's just me, but there is something really exciting, isn't there, about the start of a new year? The fact that we've all got a clean slate and we can all achieve anything we want in the next 12 months and way beyond that. I think it's fantastic. Now, in his excellent Challenge to Succeed seminar, the late, great Jim Rohn opens with a statement. Why is it that a large number of people are asking why life is so unfair, why they haven't, why they can't, and why they don't have wealth and security, whilst a much smaller number are enjoying the fruits of their success? Now, I find it really interesting and fascinating that whilst the past few months have indeed been challenging, here's the reality. Some people have been focused on what's wrong. Someone says, my business is down year on year, my sponsoring and my income have dropped. I'm a good person, a loyal distributor, I'm a good leader. Why is this happening to me? As they spend another hour reading all the negative comments on social media and throwing fuel on the fire to fan the flames. Meanwhile, a much smaller group have been seeing their teams grow, their turnovers grow, and their incomes grow, and still having their best year ever. You see, they've been focusing on what they can do, and what stock they can sell, and teaching this with passion and enthusiasm to their team, and especially their new team, who are in turn having their best year ever. You see, it's true to say, isn't it, the same wind has been blowing on us all. But if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. So I just want to start today by giving you the first tip, which is understand the power of association. It's so important, and I think we should all be asking ourselves constantly, who am I around? Who am I listening to? What am I reading? And is this okay with me? You see, if you want to be successful, you have to study success, and you have to mix with successful people. If you mix with negative people, you will become negative yourself. So it's really, really important to study success and disassociate with the negatives. I just want to illustrate that for you with a little story. Maybe you found yourself going off the boil recently and lost some of your enthusiasm and passion for the business. Well, once there was a member of a certain church who previously had been attending services regularly, but had stopped going. After a few weeks, the pastor decided to visit him. It was a chilly evening, and the pastor found the man at home, alone, sitting before a blazing fire. Guessing the reason for his pastor's visit, the man welcomed him, led him to a big chair near the fireplace, and waited. The pastor made himself comfortable, but said nothing. In the grave silence, he contemplated the play of the flames around the burning logs. After some minutes, the pastor took the fire tongs, carefully picked up a brightly burning ember, and placed it to one side of the hearth, all alone. Then he sat back in his chair, still silent. The host watched all this in quiet fascination. As the one lone ember's flame diminished, there was a momentary glow, and then its fire was no more. Soon it was cold and dead as a doornail. Not a word had been spoken since the initial greeting. Just before the pastor was ready to leave, he picked up the cold, dead ember and placed it back in the middle of the fire. Immediately, it began to glow once more with the light and warmth of the burning coals around it. As the pastor reached the door to leave, his host said, "Thank you so much for your visit, and especially for the fiery sermon. I'll be back in church again next Sunday." Powerful, isn't it? So, I want to tell you something now about my husband. I bet you're wondering what that is, aren't you? He does have a bit of an issue that he struggles to deal with. And I'm always telling him about this. And you've probably done it yourself. I know I have also, actually, but don't tell him that. He's always plugging his phone into the charger, but forgetting to switch the power on at the socket. I'm always having to tell him, but he still does it. But you see, if you think about that, I think that illustrates problems some people have when their business isn't growing. You can attend every event and webinar, but if you're not in receive mode and your power switch isn't turned on, you will not get recharged. It's also important when you're at these events, to take notes. I'm sure many of you are today. And I'd always say take your own notes, because we are all individuals and we will all take something different from the same message. And, we've had people that have said to us, "Oh, well, my other half takes the notes." But I would always say, men, do you really want a woman's notes? And women, do you want a man's notes? I don't think so. I'd rather take my own notes and be in charge of what I need to take on board as an individual. But, people also come to these events and they spend a lot of time on social media. They're texting people. We've even had people at these events playing Candy Crush the whole time on their phone. Now, I don't think they're fully plugged in and getting charged, do you? Surprisingly, that person's no longer in the business. But you see, your business will not grow to its full potential if you're not switched on and ready to receive the charge. So moving on, here's a little bit about me. I was born in County Durham. That probably explains my football team allegiance, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I was the eldest of 3 daughters. My dad was a Methodist minister and my mother was a lay preacher. So we moved around a lot. That was just the norm. It came with the job. I had a fairly standard and normal upbringing, I think you would say. It was just very average. We were never aware as kids, really, that money was tight. But looking back, I guess it was fairly tight. We always had second-hand bikes, but it didn't really matter. I guess in those days as well, there wasn't quite so much peer pressure as there is now. We also had a lot of home-knit jumpers, and we had some very interesting home haircuts. And I'm definitely putting no pictures up of those, I can tell you. I went through school. I went on to university in Newcastle upon Tyne. I studied Spanish and Latin American studies. My plan was to get a job in travel or tourism. But like many people, I finished university and was unable to find a job. Everything I tried to apply for was fully subscribed. So I had to look for something else, but the problem then was I was too qualified. So I did all sorts of different things, but the closest I guess I probably got to tourism was I did have a summer job, and I worked in the information office at Scarborough Railway Station. It was a lot of fun, actually, and it was before computers, so we had some interesting big manuals to work through. And I don't think I gave anybody the wrong information, but you never know. After that, I had a few other jobs. I worked as a receptionist in a geriatric day hospital. I was a legal secretary. I've done legal accounts and lots of other admin and secretarial jobs. I got married for the first time at 28, but that unfortunately didn't work out, so then I just drifted for a few years. 23 years ago, I found myself working for a pharmaceutical company in Loughborough. And at that time, I was focused entirely on paying my mortgage and keeping my car on the road. There was just me, so things were quite tough financially. And at that time, a big part of my staple diet was tomatoes on toast. How exciting was that? I never did like beans on toast, so I went for the tomato option. But I was always determined that I would get through, and I would keep the house and the car. When I met Jeff, I'd decided to build a wall around me, and I was having nothing more to do with men anymore. That was it. However, pretty quickly he dismantled that wall, brick by brick, and I didn't know then what an amazing journey we were about to embark on together. When we were both made redundant within 6 months of meeting, we decided to step out and run our own business. Initially with an opportunity that Jeff took when a friend offered to sell him his mail order business. But due to the seasonal nature of that, the cash flow was very erratic. And whilst it paid the bills, we needed a little bit more, because I like a bit of shopping, in case you didn't know. But you know, it's funny, when you focus on what you want, life has a way of handing it to you, just as it does if you focus on what you don't want. So I guess there's a lesson there. But when we stumbled across the Kleeneze opportunity, little did we know then what was ahead of us, and that we would go on to build a part-time business that would turn over millions of pounds and take us all over the world. It's been amazing. You see, we had a very slow start in Kleeneze. I haven't got time to go into the details. We didn't quite get it at first. But we did eventually see the light, and we got stuck in, and we went to the level of gold. But then we, like a lot of people, got a bit stagnated, and we plateaued. And we weren't quite sure we would ever grow the business again or ever sponsor anybody in again. And it's at that time we were introduced to this amazing book called 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by the late Jim Rohn. And you know, this book made such a difference to our life and our business going forward that I'm so grateful that we read it. I'm also more grateful than anything that we did the exercise in that about goal setting. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I'm sure I'm not the only person that's read books before, and you get to a point where it says, at this point, get a piece of paper out, get a pen out, and do this exercise. Well, I used to ignore that and carry on beyond that. I never used to do the exercises, because I thought, I don't need to do that. For some reason, we did the goal-setting exercise in this book, and I know a lot of you heard me say this before, but it just changed everything for us. And what was interesting was, in this exercise, it tells you to think about different headings when you're doing a brainstorm list of goals. And some of the things are obvious and some of them weren't. Because some of the headings are, what do I want to be? What do I want to have? Where do I want to go? What do I want to see? And what do I want to share? And I think a lot of people think goal setting is just about being materialistic. But actually, it can be about sharing, giving back, sharing with friends, family, all that kind of stuff, not just the material things. So when we did this, we started with a brainstorm list, and quite quickly realized that we had a lot of goals that we didn't realize that we had. And we did the first list, which it tells you to do, and then after you've done the initial list, you have to split it down into 4 categories: 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and 10 year. And then in each category, you pick your top 3, and then you have to write something about it. So instead of just having a simple heading, you have to write a paragraph about what you're going to do or how it's going to be, and then how you're going to feel about it. And you know, that was the really interesting thing for us. Some of the things that we thought we wanted, we realized that we couldn't write anything about. So guess what? We didn't really want it. It was just a whim. So we did that. And one of our 10-year goals at the time was to have a 3-week holiday in Australia. Now, I don't think we'd ever had a 3-week holiday at that time, and I know a lot of people don't, because it's just too expensive, isn't it? And especially going to Australia, it's a long way. So what we said was we'd tour the East Coast, enable us to take in the Great Barrier Reef, stay in Sydney to see the Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, and then take an internal flight to Ayers Rock or Uluru. And then we said this would be one of our big holiday goals. And for years, this has been only a dream, something we've seen on television and in brochures and magazines. It would be the realization of an ultimate dream. So we knew it was something we really wanted, we knew when it was going to happen, and we knew how it was going to feel. And you know, from that moment on, we became completely focused in our business on everything we wanted to achieve. And our business started to grow again. We sponsored more people than we'd ever done before, and we started to move through the pay plan. This carried on for a period of several years. We went on to then 2 years on the trot, win the SED trophy with our fantastic team. It wasn't something we'd ever had as a goal, to be honest, but it just happened as the natural consequence of building our business. We've also qualified for 16 all-expenses-paid trips to the most amazing destinations that we wouldn't necessarily have gone to on our own, including 2 Caribbean cruises. Oh yes, surprisingly, Sydney. Now that's really interesting because our 10-year goal would have been 2007. But in 2005, we went to Sydney with Kleeneze. And guess what? We stayed on. We traveled up. We did the Great Barrier Reef. We went into Uluru. And we had the most amazing time. And that was really the law of attraction. As soon as we focused on that, that goal, like many others, started to move towards us. So we actually achieved that as an 8-year goal and not a 10-year goal. So focus on what you really want, and strange as it sounds, it will move towards you. We've also been to Rio de Janeiro. We've been on millionaires' yachts in Cyprus. We've been to Cape Town. We've been to a masked ball in Venice. Wow. And more recently to India. Amazing places. Oh, I did get my Jimmy Choo shoes as well. But you know, more important than any of that, for us, it has given us a fantastic part-time income, which has given us freedom and choices. And I think those are two things that mean the most to me, really. Freedom and choices. And it's been priceless to enjoy how and choose how we spend every day and who we spend it with, and spend time with those that we care about. Was it luck we achieved these things, or was it coincidence? I don't think so. So my tip for you is make sure you have written goals that excite you. You see, we did have goals in our early days, but we had what we thought were the Kleeneze goals. You know, everybody who joined had to want a big house, a fancy car, and a villa in Spain. Now, those things are great, but just make sure that you really want those. Because we had those things on a goal board, and they did nothing for us at all, because we didn't, at the time, want any of those. So make sure you find what's really going to excite you. So today we find ourselves at the beginning of a new year. The past is gone, and I love the quote I heard on this stage some time back. I can't even remember who said it. The past is for reference, not residence. And you know, when the pilot of an Airbus A380 thunders down the runway, he has no rear-view mirrors. All he is focused on is the next destination and where he's heading. And I believe that today our focus should not be on the past, but it should be on the year ahead, the next 5 years, and then we'll be celebrating 100 years of Kleeneze history. How amazing is that going to be? Will it be 5 years of plain sailing? I very much doubt it. The last 95 haven't been. But you know, challenges are part of success, and you only get tackled when you're running with the ball. So just a couple more tips about getting the basics right, really, that will help you to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve this year. The first is focus. Now, once you decide what your goal is and you have the plan, you need to follow one course until successful. Too many people quit too soon. You're not going to achieve your goal without any challenges. You will get blown off course. Just get back on course if it's something you really, really want. Don't be blown off course. Get back on as soon as possible. You know, too many people quit too soon, don't they, in this business? It's so frustrating because they just don't see it. Keep your focus. I didn't get my degree quickly. I had to work hard and study and focus for 3 years. Same with an apprenticeship that people do. It's really worth it. I'm sure you've heard the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither will your Kleeneze business be. But it's worth it to keep going. The second thing is about planning. You know, we all have 24 hours in a day, but it's so easy to waste a lot of it. I know I've been pretty good at that myself. So my next tip is really to have a daily planner and a weekly planner, and make sure everything goes on that, not just your business time, your family time, your personal stuff, everything. Because, you know, we have events and people come and they think we're going to be really impressed when they haven't had time to eat. They say, oh, I've just been so busy, I haven't done this. We had somebody once that came and said, oh, I've forgotten to feed the kids. Guys, there's no excuse. It's bad planning. Make sure you plan it in, and it will get done. Promise me. Because, you know, if we didn't do any daily planning, these two wouldn't get their walks. You didn't think I'd forget them, did you? So it's really, really important. We are going to make the most of every single day this year. So in 2018, more than ever before, I think we all do need to understand and appreciate the power that we can all have by pulling together as one big team, which does indeed make us all so much stronger. Imagine a symphony orchestra. It's full of different instruments, brass, strings, woodwind. Some are much louder than others, but each one has a really important part to play. And without any one of them, the symphony would not be complete. And it's true to say in Kleeneze, none of us is as smart as all of us. We all have a vital role to play in putting this business firmly in its rightful place, at the top as the finest network marketing company in the world. Michael, we are absolutely by your side, and all the fabulous team at HQ. It's time to let go of the past now and focus on moving forward and pulling together. We have a fantastic business model. You know, it works with the catalogues, and now we've got the fantastic online opportunity, which I believe has opened up this business to a whole new generation. And that's really exciting because there's so much potential for everyone to grow. And the French poet and novelist Victor Hugo put it better than any other when he said, "No force on earth can stop an idea whose time has come." And you know, one of my favourite sayings is this: people are like sticks of dynamite. The power's on the inside, nothing happens till the fuse gets lit. Kleeneze, it's time right now for all of us to stand tall and be proud of our amazing opportunity. Time to get that fuse lit. And let's explode this business through 2018, the next 5 years, and way beyond that. It was meant to happen. Together we can, and we will. Let's go do it.
Oh, don't we love a big bang? Thank you, Fiona. That was absolutely wonderful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our first 3 Kleeneze success stories. And of course, to keep them on time, and naturally for comedy purposes, they will hear this sound when their time is up. So please, put your hands together for the fantastic, enigmatic Mr. Martin Bell.
Thank you. Made a bit more of an effort this time rather than what I turned up last time. So 10 minutes. I've got a countdown here. I've been in the business. This September will be 20 years. And I've got to elaborate. And we're told to forget about the past, move on. And all I'm going to do now for 10 minutes is talk about my past. And I've got 10 minutes to tell you about my 20 years within the Kleeneze business. So when I first started, I am not the person you see here today. I know a few people in the room know me already, but there's many of you that don't. When I first started, I just turned 20 years old, and when I wrote that, I realised that there's probably some gold distributors in the room that weren't even born before I joined the Kleeneze business. And Kleeneze has given me everything, virtually 98% of my income, friends, experiences that I've had in my whole adult life. I also lacked a lot of self-esteem, confidence. I used to have to get my mum to phone up for application forms for jobs when I left college. Even when I went along to some Kleeneze meetings, there was one meeting, and there's only a couple of people that know this in the room. There was one meeting that mum had at home, and I didn't really want to be around people. I didn't want to meet people, and I actually climbed out the window in the office because I didn't actually want to see many people. Also, I was living at home. And I also was on minimum wage jobs. Before I joined the business, I was working in factories, supermarkets, and I'd never earned more than £1,000 in a month in a job before. And I originally joined the business just for £50 a week. That's all I wanted. When we get involved in the business and come along to these fantastic events, we see about the cars and the experiences and all the things that the business can give us, but most people join just for that extra £50 a week. So when I first started, well, what I'm going to do for you today is just to tell you about my background, which I've done. I've got 8 minutes left. I've got to finish on that now. But I'm also going to tell you about my success and experience as a retailer, and then give a retailer a tip in the business, because there's many of you in the room that perhaps don't want a huge team and personally develop and do all that sort of thing. So I'm going to talk about my retail story. I'm then going to talk about my success as a team builder and give the team builder a tip. And I'm also going to talk about a business builder as well and give a business builder a tip. But most people don't join. I didn't join for Jimmy Choo shoes. I've got plenty of them already. But I did join for just £50 a week. And that's what most people join for when they first start. They just want a few extra £100 a month to pay for some rent, for some food, pay the gas bill. And we're in one of the most developed, richest countries in the world. But I'm sure if we drag lots of people from Birmingham High Street, nothing wrong with Birmingham, but we're in Birmingham High Street, and we invite them up on stage and say, right, we've got a brand new Mini for you. All you have to do is pay £500 out of your bank account immediately, and the car is yours. And I reckon about at least half of the people won't be able to do that. If the car breaks down or they've got a bill, they might have to put it on a credit card, shuffle some money around. Most people don't have a lot of disposable income, and this is what the business we offer people. So, 3 types of people: retailers, team builders, and business builders. And before I start, I will say I'm not too much of a Facebooker. I don't use Facebook online for building a business too much. All I do, like Michael said, I share my dinner online sometimes. I like a few of Chris Howson's jokes and a few cat videos. Before there was Facebook, I had to phone up about 800 people and tell them what I had for dinner. But now I can just do it in one little post. So when I joined as a catalogue person, my sponsors in the business were my mum and dad, Carol and Alf, and I was living at home, and they just offered me, did I fancy earning some extra money? Didn't know what they were doing, and when I first started, they had some of these boxes in the hallway with Kleeneze or something on them, and I thought to myself, I'm not selling tissues. I didn't want my friends taking the mickey out of me as well, and all I wanted was an extra bit of money. So what I did when I first started, and I was going out most days before I went to work, because I used to work a night shift, finding those customers, and that's what you do mostly on a daily basis. The weather's not too good all the time, is it? We live in Britain. It's all right for you Spanish people. Probably get too hot out there, don't you? But when I first started the business, I've been out there carrying my shoulder bag, the strap breaks, catalogues go over someone's driveway, and my pen stops working in my retail book. I'm trying to scribe in the records in my book. I also had a red Fiat Cinquecento. And my friends used to take the mickey out of me, called me Postman Pat. And that's when I first started the building my business, and I just wanted £50 a week. But then we've done all the hard work, and now, from just ignore the team, ignore the holidays and everything like that, just from our retail base, on average, we earn about £300 a week now, from about 10 hours a week, putting the customers out on a Friday morning, picking them up on a Monday, following Friday, delivering the orders. And that's really all we do in order to generate a full-time income with a part-time retail customer base around our family, because we've got 4 children that we work it around as well. So a tip for the retailer, and I'm going to give you a little bit different. I'm going to give you a few board games to play. Relate building your customer base, your catalogue customer base, is like playing a game of Monopoly. We have to go round our area every 4 weeks, however you do it. Most people choose to do 4 weeks. I definitely do, always have done, that's what we teach. Every time we pass go, we collect our bonus. And what we do to win a game of Monopoly is to go out and collect as many properties and as many houses and collect as many rent. So what we need to do is go out every 4 weeks, regular as clockwork, and find as many customers as you can. And the more customers that you get, the more that you'll retail and the more money that you will actually earn. So keep rolling the dice. And can you believe it? Some people even quit the business before they even get to Old Kent Road. You'll find some Mayfair customers that order £40, £50 a month with you. You'll get all sorts. You'll probably be chucked in Facebook jail occasionally, Nicole Kaywood, Claire Kinsella, but make sure you've got your get out of jail free and a few profiles. So that's my retail. So when I eventually, after a couple of months of just doing the catalogues and just seeing catalogues, I was then exposed to the meeting and the opportunity about all the circles and how you can build a team. So then I went out, lacking in skill, but a lot of desire to actually want to build my income. And I went out and found some people. I found Jackie from a car sign. I signed up another gentleman. He's gone fishing now. But from an advert on a newspaper, I found Colin, that was an old friend. Found Andrea and Rob from a leaflet, etc., etc. Elsie from online, and Becky was someone that Caroline found on Facebook as well. And treat your team building activities as like a game of Trivial Pursuit. Keep going around the board, collecting your cheeses, asking the right questions. Do you want to earn some extra money? And find 6 great people. Probably get some insurance. We're meant to find 10 at retail 1,000, but we only have 6 cheeses in the Trivial Pursuit board, so that's all I could do. But go out there and find some great people, help them earn £100 a week, help them to earn a few £100 a month from building a customer retail base, and then you will become a gold distributor, and you'll be earning £1,200, £1,500 a month by finding half a dozen of really good people. And I had no experience of doing this before. When I first started the business, when I came along to a meeting, when I heard PSG, I thought that was a French football team. When I heard about sponsoring, I thought that's what you did to a dog at Christmas time. And I thought personal development, I thought that's when things of yourself got a bit bigger when you were a teenager. So when people started joining the business, not everyone is going to be the right person to join a business and actually want to build a business. Most people want to join and just want to earn an extra few £100 a month from a customer base. But then magic things started to happen, and this is all the gold distributors that started appearing within our teams. We put them on the right tracks, and they were self-motivated. They were turning up to meetings before having been asked. They were signing up people within the business independently, and our GSA started to get bigger, and our team started to get even bigger. We had, at some point, about 100 people within our team, a maximum income, well, best income of about 4,600, best turnover 72,000, a few free destinations around the world as well. And as well as building a team, extra income, and lots of new friends, it's given me a lot of personal growth. Like I said, I'm not the person you see today that when I first joined the business. As Jim Rohn says, success is not something that you attract it by the person that you become. Experiencing some success, even just 10%, getting a first customer, getting a pat on the back saying, well done, you're doing a great job. Just make sure your shoulders go back a bit, increases your confidence, and that will give you more impetus, skill to convey the business along to other people as well. The most important thing it has given us is freedom. Like I said, we have 4 children between us. I actually met Caroline within the business as well, so that's a plus on the business as well. We don't have alarm clocks anymore. Been to all school sports days, school assemblies. It's been absolutely fabulous, the freedom that we get as well. It also has allowed us to every time kids are on holidays to have a bit of freedom and travel around the world a bit. Over Christmas, we went to Euro Disney and went to Paris, had a great time with the family, and we've got a lot of great trips that are coming up this year as well. About the friendships as well. These are different types of people that we have in this Kleeneze family of ours, isn't it? They are positive, optimistic, friendly, and we've met a great bunch of people within our time and unforgettable memories. So before the business, I was never earning £1,000 a month, so I've gone from minimum wage to earning around about just shy of £1,000 a week, and eventually our big goal is to be like Rob Foster and having £1,000 of income every single day. It's going to be an exciting future. So a little tip for the team builders, and that's a game of snakes and ladders for you. There's going to be some ups and downs. Sometimes we might be going up a ladder today. You might leave today and you think to yourself, it's been a great boost today. You're going to go down a few snakes, but every time you go up a ladder, down a snake, roll the dice. Go in, day out, doing the activity, doing the action that you need to take, because if you keep rolling the dice of a game of snakes and ladders, you will always win and get to the top. As soon as you stop rolling the dice, it's game over. So I hope you feel a sense of belongingness today. It's absolutely fabulous to meet many of you people over the last 20 years. Michael often says this business is the foundations of our distributors, but I do believe it's also about our customers as well. Distributors can come and go. Our customers will be there, and some of our customers, my customers, have been buying from me for 19 years now. That is absolutely fabulous thing that you can actually build yourself as a loyal customer base. And at the end of the day, it's all about relationships as well. It's not, people aren't here because they want to learn something. They are here because they want to come along with their friend, their sponsor, their teammates, see their Kleeneze family. It's not about learning. Make sure make sure this year you make progress, because progress is perfection. So go out there from, maybe not today, you might have to travel, maybe not tomorrow, it's Sunday. Make sure, I'll give you till Monday. Go out there, find yourself lots more customers, share this business with lots of people out there that are wanting that extra few £100 a month, and go out there, help somebody, because they deserve it, and so do you. Thank you very much. Okay, good, Michael.
The absolutely enigmatic Mr. Martin Bell. Yes, it is all about relationships, one Kleeneze. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome our second success story today. Please put your hands together for Nicole Cayward.
Hi everybody. Okay, so before Kleeneze, my life was going nowhere. But why was it going nowhere? I hung around with the wrong friends and I led a bad lifestyle. I had the wrong attitude and I went for the wrong men as well. I had the wrong life goals if I had any at all. I decided that uni wasn't for me and I became a chef. This was a job that I did enjoy. I did love the job, but the whys leading me down nowhere road were the same. The wrong friends, the wrong lifestyle, the wrong attitude, the wrong partners, and the wrong life goals. But then I met Richard. Richard was my first step in the right direction. He gave me hope, future, and loyalty. And then he gave me something else. I decided it was time to escape the rat race, working 70 hours a week on minimum wage, and with an unhappy boss because I was pregnant. And that's when I found Kleeneze in November 2015. The path to my future began that day. So in the first full period in the business, I earned £322, which was fantastic because really I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And that wasn't from our uplines not training me. It's my arrogance of thinking I already know what I'm doing. I don't need to listen. But trust me, you do need to listen to your uplines because they know exactly what they're talking about. Well, most of them did anyway. So in the meantime, this little bundle of joy came into our lives, and he has changed it every day since. I realised I wanted more from the business, and I only really knew this from coming to my first showcase. But how mind-blowing are these events? And for everyone who's here today for the first time, I can guarantee you'll never want to miss another one. So 3 periods after joining, we became gold distributors, and our cheque was £1,217. At this point, Richard hadn't joined in with the business yet. He was still working full-time. So that was built solely from me, and I was 9 months pregnant and then with a newborn. But that's the beauty of this business. It's so flexible around you. So after going gold, I decided this was just the beginning for me, and I was going to climb that ladder to success. So I planned and tracked, and this is what I achieved. So gold 2016, senior 2016, 10 active Y 2016, the £1,500 cheque, the 30-30 mini challenge, bronze 2017, 10 active Y 2017, and Gavin Scott's Distributors of the Year. So, May the 13th of this year, 2017. This date was one of the major changing points in the business for us, and I can say us now because that's the date Richard came on board full time. We hadn't planned this as such, but we knew that was something I wanted to be able to do for Richard. And on his birthday last year, I just looked at him and said, "You're not going to work today, and in fact, you don't need to go back at all." But that's the beauty of this business. In just 1.5 years at that point, I could not only give myself that freedom to not have a boss, but Richard as well, although he still has me as a boss. So Richard gave up working, but it didn't exactly mean he was giving up work. And 4 days later, this delivery of 1,000 catalogues arrived. And you know what? I have never seen someone work so hard in all their life. In and out every day with as many books as he could carry, usually around 300 a day. Now, I'm not saying that is something you have to do, because it was absolutely mental. But you know what? Seeing Richard having passion back in his life and setting himself goals daily was incredible. He was such a different person to what he was when he was coming home at 5 a.m. every morning from work. But we managed to retail 18% that month and had our highest check yet at that point, which was £3,133. Just to think, only 1.5 years before, we earned 322. And what other job can give you that growth? Now, I like to tease Richard with this photo, so there was no way I was going to leave it out today. So Richard got top North East retailer in Gavin Scott's group. And he looks pretty happy with that trophy, doesn't he? Well, actually, that trophy's mine for being top sponsor. He got a little trophy, was actually inside that one. And now, for the people that knew me when I first joined the business, they would have laughed if I told them in 2 years I'll be on that big stage telling my story. And not because they thought, well, she's not going to have a story, but because of the sheer lack of self-confidence. When I joined, I wouldn't answer the phone to Richard, even my mum, and definitely not my sponsor. And the thought of public speaking literally made me poorly. But this business is not just about the money or the freedom, it's about the self-development. The self-development in this company has given me so much more than the money. I am a completely different person. I will get up in front of a crowd, no matter how big or small. I'll answer the phone now, depending on who it is. But for me to be up here today is an incredible achievement, and I just wanted to say thank you to Richard for showing me that I am worth something and for showing me love I never thought I would deserve. To Deborah Pusey, for your constant support and believing in me. To the company for the opportunity to speak here today, and to every single one of you in my Kleeneze family for showing me I can be somebody, for giving me advice when I've been shaken before speeches, and for showing me that we can be stronger together. And I have one more thank you, because I know they're sat at home watching today, to my mum and dad for never giving up on me, no matter what I did. But recognition for me is so important for myself, because I love it, but for my team as well. And this company gives recognition like I have never seen before. Endless bottles of champagne, trophies, and you know what, even just a simple, well done, great effort or congratulations is more than a job will ever get you. Before Kleeneze, my walls went up as my confidence went down. But 2 years on, I have come to realize you're not born with confidence, but confidence is something you create in yourself, believing in who you are. But these past 2 years have not been all about me, but my amazing team as well. And we have some cracking people in our team with some true leaders shining through. We have Claire Salmon, who's a gold distributor, senior distributor, and a Poland qualifier. Gemma Brown, who is our recent gold distributor. Joanne Hutchian, gold distributor, senior distributor, and Poland qualifier. And Di Glass, gold distributor, Mexico, and Poland qualifier. But we've had mega duplication over the 2 years. We joined November 2015, and for that short time that year, we had a team turnover of £3,000. But skip to 2016, and we did 180,000, and this last year we did £370,000. But Kleeneze is not just a paycheck, and it's been our travel agents for the past 2 years as well. We are qualifying for some amazing trips. I haven't even been abroad or on a plane before, and I tell you, a 9-hour flight to India with Kleeneze distributors is a hell of an experience for your first flight. But the company have also taken us to Madrid, and now Mexico. Now, I thought, seeing as I took the mick out of Richard a little bit with his trophy, it was only unfair to include this picture of me. Now, if you didn't know, Mexico is very hot. And if Lynn McDonald tells you to put sunscreen on, you better listen, because this is what you'll look like just after a couple of hours in the sun. Most recently, we have qualified for Vegas and Poland. Now, we won't be able to go to Vegas, which brings me on to the next part of my story. Now, Richard thought it was time to give me another gift. So, for those of you thinking she's been eating a lot of donuts for the past 5 minutes, well, I have. We are also expecting our second child. So, with this fantastic news, me and Richard thought, right, what goal can we set ourselves now? And that goal was that we wanted to retail gold ourselves. Now, we didn't want to do this every month, but we wanted to say we can, and we did. So period 12 last year, that's exactly what we did. And we got our highest check yet of £3,886. Now, not only did we get top North East retailer, but we got top retailer in Gavin's team, so Richard got his big trophy after all. I just want to end on my final thought. This year has been tough for many reasons, but for everyone still left here standing today, congratulations, because you are true leaders and you have an amazing future ahead of you. Now, whether you've been in the business 2 minutes or 20 years, this business has so much more to give and so much more for you to take. Because I don't care how long it takes, I'm going somewhere beautiful. And hey, we might not all have it together, but together we have it all. And finally, commitment. In recent events, we have been shown the weak amongst the strong, who have commitment and who doesn't. But commitment means staying loyal. If your partner is having a hard time, do you get out and walk out on them? No. And if your business is going through a hard time, should you walk out on it? No. You should fight for what is yours. So well done for being loyal, and I wish everyone all the success. Thank you.
The absolute delightful Nicole Kaywood, and her numbers speak for themselves. So thank you, appreciate that, Nicole. Now for our next Kleeneze success story. The absolutely wonderful, amazing Mr. David Wilson. Hey, big star.
Thank you, Craig. Okay, it was a New Year showcase 8 years ago that changed our lives forever. So if this is your first or even your 10th showcase, I hope the something that one of us says today is just as inspirational to you. So you see, the person standing here today is not the same person who joined Kleeneze. Without the continued personal development and stepping out of numerous comfort zones, I would not be able to walk out here today to talk to you. No one told me my bloody heart would be beating so fast, so Jesus. Anyway, there's a clicker somewhere. Here we go. Right. Okay, I run my business with my partner Julie from our home in Stevenage. I've got 4 awesome kids. Matthew's 13, over 6 foot tall and size 12 feet. I'm actually wearing these new school shoes today, don't tell him. Okay. Michelle's 17, she drives her own car now and drives us absolutely crazy as a 17-year-old. Michael's 26, he's here today with Amy, his new fiancée. And Emily, who's 30 this year. I know I don't look old enough, but I'm afraid it's true. In the middle there is my dad. And even with the reasonable success that we've had over the years, he still hasn't got a bloody clue what we're doing. Now, does anybody else have a relative like that, or is it just me? Because, we need help on that one. We joined Kleeneze just over 8 years ago, and at the time I had my own successful locksmith business, and Julie was a part-time teacher. However, I always knew there was something better out there. You see, my journey actually started over 20 years ago when an oily tyre fitter called John Passingham casually asked me if I'd be interested in earning some extra money in my spare time. He wouldn't tell me anything else about it, but said I should go along to a meeting to find out more. So that evening with a few others, someone explained to us how we could sell a few products, share it with some other people and earn a royalty bonus. Now, if anybody knows me well enough, they'll know that I'll do anything to help anybody within reason. And it drives Julie crazy, but this was music to my ears. And eureka, I discovered network marketing. So my big tip number 1 is to tell all your friends and family what you're doing. And casually ask everyone, do you know anybody who would like to earn some extra money in their spare time? It worked for me, and it worked for many other people. Make it a daily habit. The company I joined was an American company called Amway. Many of you heard of it. Great products, expensive, highly concentrated, so they never ran out. I never made any money in the 3 years, but I did learn about the network marketing industry. The only recognition I ever received was to stand at a company conference as a new 3% distributor, earning a £3.80 bonus. That was a lot in those days. It was with Amway that I met the Italian stallion, Tony Fasulo, who was a direct distributor, which is the equivalent of our gold distributor. After we called it a day with Amway, we tried a few other networks, but ethically they weren't right for me. During July 2009, Tony sent me an email saying, "Open the email, this is the one." Now, if Tony had suggested we'd become strippergrams, I'd probably done that as well. Okay, so after many texts and phone calls from Tony, I finally opened the email in October 2009, on October the 4th, about 11:30 at night. I spent hours researching Kleeneze and checking out some names he had given me. I joined immediately without telling Julie for £180 and a sexy trolley. I could see it was not rocket science, but the benefits and the rewards could be life-changing. By the time the business kit arrived, I'd managed to convince Julie a little bit to trust me on this one, so we just got stuck in and we put all 200 catalogues out. To begin with, we could only retail about 12 hours a day. 12 hours a week. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Mainly between 7:30 and 9 p.m. in the evening, due to me travelling all around the country and Julie as the teaching and looking after Michelle and Matthew. Back then, it was catalogues only for us, and we just followed the Vision Group system. In our first period, we did £1,600 of retail. We earned a 13%, £460, a profit of £260, which proved to Julie and everybody else that it worked. The turning point in our business, thank you. The turning point in our business, however, thank you, Julie. The turning point in our business, however, came 2 months later when we were determined to attend the New Year showcase and gala dinner, despite the blizzard conditions on the way to the NIA here in Birmingham. The whole day was amazing, with superb speakers and recognition. It was there that I vowed that one day I'd step out of my comfort zone and speak on stage at a showcase, and here I am. So if any of you are out there... Yeah. So if any of you are thinking you could never do this, I'm telling you, yes, you can. Destination X was revealed to be Hong Kong. I love to travel, but from our Amway days, these sort of trips were for the high flyers and the leaders. However, Jen and Martin Amos assured us we could qualify, and they were going to show us how. The spectacular gala dinner that evening was really posh, and it's the first time I'd ever worn a tuxedo. I told Julie she needed to behave and limit her drinking. We sat on the table with Craig White and Rich Woods. And when Helen and Magda arrived, absolutely smashed. Julie nudged me and said, well, hey, happy days. Now, those of you who have met Julie on a night out know that she suffers from severe alcoholic Tourette's. And that night was absolutely no different. So at this point, I'd like to apologise to Bob Webb and John Hawkes. If Julie did upset you that evening, I'm really, really sorry. Okay. That night, Kleeneze met Julie Knight. So my big tip number 2 is never, ever miss an event. You never know what you're going to pick up. They are the lifeblood of your business. And people who attend the events generally go on to have the most success. We were shown how to sponsor by Jen Amos and Doug Roper. And in July 2010, we qualified as gold distributors with 7 team members. Remember I mentioned Tony was a gold with Amway. He had 70 team members to achieve that same level. We only had 7. Just shows how powerful our business is. By holding gold for 3 more periods, we qualified for the 5-star all-expenses-paid business trip to Hong Kong. One of our team was my brother Steve, who was never, ever going to put catalogues out. So we just asked him to come along one evening to make up the numbers at a home party. He joined the day after, blazed a trail, so much so that by the time we completed the Hong Kong criteria, he had gone gold and we'd gone senior. Hong Kong was amazing. 12 hours on a jumbo jet, one of my lifelong bucket list goals ticked off. Staying in a 5-star luxury hotel, being treated as VIPs, and not having to worry about anything was pretty strange to us. The synergy from the whole group and the network was absolutely awesome. The organisation of trips and meals was fantastic. Every evening we had our own vision group board meeting in Joe Banana's bar, and trust me, they were not boring. After Hong Kong, we just plugged into the system of retailing, sponsoring and coaching. This really is the basics of our business, regardless of which group or team we're on. We had already built 2 good customer bases and we were building 2 others. Our goal was to personally retail 2,500 every period, so we invested time and money into lead generating, which produced 10 to 15 face-to-face appointments every week. We never missed a key meeting, BOM, training, sizzle or showcase, which has proved to be crucial. Reading at least 10 pages of the right book every day and being accountable to our mentor has kept us on track. We supported and worked with the team in the trenches, and by associating with the successful distributors and leaders, this certainly helped our business grow. So my 3rd tip is step out of your comfort zones. Stretch yourself and do what scares you, because if you're not stretching, you're not growing. By having goals and following plans and achieving the criterias, we went on to qualify for unbelievable destinations and trips to New York, Miami, Dubai and Paris, plus a couple of Marmanor shenanigans with Craig and Jamie, a vision group trip to Paris, and a magical experience at Jackie and Pete's Eagle's Nest Villa at the top of a Spanish mountain. We've also been able to take family holidays with other distributors who are now lifelong fantastic friends. It's just a shame that none of them could be bothered to turn up today. Now they are here, honest. As I said, I love to travel and I want to do a lot more of it. So my big tip, find your reason why, find out how, and just do it. Write the goal down, put a date on it, just do it. Our first 5 years in Kleeneze were a steep, fast-paced learning curve. We worked with sheer excitement, determination and momentum. We always had a goal in mind, written down and visible. The next 3, however, were one heck of an unpredictable roller coaster ride. We've never lost belief in this business, the incredible industry of network marketing, or the selfless commitment and passion of Michael Katkar and his amazing team. As you heard earlier in his humble opinion, we really are the best network in the world. The last 6 months have been challenging for us all, but together we're proving the doubters wrong. We're a unique group of people who have become stronger together through adversity and situations out of our control. By all pulling together as one and having the same goals and ambitions for our 95-year-old company, I believe 2018 will be a monumental year in the history of Kleeneze. Personally, I respect and admire the recent success of others that is so inspiring to us all. The Walshes, the Kinsellas, the McCormicks, Tracy and Harvey, and of course, Nikki and Richard, to name but a few. In 2018, Julie and I have a goal to build our business to new heights. We intend to go back to basics and teach others to do the same. Having already qualified for Krakow and Vegas, we can now totally focus on the team and helping them to achieve their goals and ambitions. To finish, I'd like to leave you with something to think about, because 8 years ago, I left the NIA thinking the same thing. 2 words from our friend and yours, Karim Kamali. What if? What if this crazy business trebles in the next year and you're not following the system? What if others qualify for trips and you do not even plan to do what's required? What if all this sounds too good to be true and you do not even give it serious effort? What if? So my final tip is keep believing in this business, never ever quit, and most important of all, as you can probably tell, have fun. Thank you very much.
The absolutely brilliant David Wilson. Thank you, David. So, Kleeneze, we have to award some trophies. Now, of course, for the Kleeneze Awards show, we're going to give away 6 trophies for outstanding business growth and development. The 6 winners have literally done everything it takes to achieve the prestigious accolades. And of course, not only will they get the trophy and the accolade, they'll also get an automatic invitation to the autumn destination. So, why don't we start with the VIP trophy? This is awarded for the highest personal sales during the year. In 3rd place, Alice Lloyd and Jeff Locke. In 2nd place, Ian Slade and Melissa Squires. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1st place, please put your hands together for the VIP trophy winners for 2017. Come on, join me on stage. Gary and Esther Watson! Thank you, well done. Thank you. Roll for that, Andy. Well done. Stay on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary and Esther Watson, VIP trophy winners for 2017. Lloyd, have they sent you to make sure I don't mess up? Are you the best that they could do? Expect mistakes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Harry Crook Trophy is for distributorships that are not gold at the beginning of the year. The winners must have sales plan progression and have the highest bulk sales growth. In 3rd place, please put your hands together for Diane Glass and Nicola Fry. In In second place, put your hands together for Claire Salmon and Rihanna Mole. Ladies and gentlemen, the Harry Crook winner for 2017 is Joanne Hutchins. Ladies and gentlemen, the Harry Crook winner for 2017, Joanne Hutchins. Thank you. Now, the Distributor Challenge Cup is open to all gold and senior distributors. The winners must have sales plan progression and have the highest bulk sales growth. In third place, Paul and Alison Taylor. In second place, Nicole Kaywood and Richard Swallow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Distributor Challenge Trophy winner for 2017 is Rachel and James Folger. Well done, congratulations, well done. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, Rachel and James Folger, winners of the Distributor Challenge 2017. The Executive Challenge Cup is open to all executives. The winners must demonstrate the highest year-on-year bulk sales growth. In third place, please put your hands together for Tracy Payne and Harvey Kent. In second place, put your hands together for Helen and Andrew Walsh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Executive Challenge Cup winner for 2017 is Chris and Claire Kinsella. Kinsella. The new Business Sales Trophy is open to all distributorships. The winners must demonstrate the highest bulk sales from all new people they have sponsored and initiated. Third place, Chris and Sarah Smith. In second place, Stuart and Robin Lee Hurd. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the new Business Trophy for 2017, Lorraine and John White. Business Sales for 2017, Lorraine and John White. Thank you. The SED Challenge Cup is open to all SEDs and above. The winners must show the highest year-on-year bulk sales. In third place, Mike and Jean Day. The winners must show the highest year-on-year bulk sales. In third place, Mike and Jean Day. In second place, Peter and Myrna Wellock. Ladies and gentlemen, the SED Cup winners for 2017 are the one and only Peter and Jackie White. And the SED Challenge winners, Peter and Jackie White. Congratulations to all of our trophy winners for 2017, all outstanding in what they've done. Thank you to all of you. At the end of today, of course, we'll award the most prestigious accolade, the Distributor of the Year trophy. Of course, it's now time for a break, and please remember to register for recognition, and please try and be back in your seats at 1:35. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been an amazing audience. Thank you. Thank you, Robin.
There's no mountain that's too high. Stronger together. rocks and my stones. Let it rain, I hydroplane in the bank, coming down like a Dow Jones. When the clouds come, we gone. We Rockefellers, we fly higher than weather, and G5s are better. You know me, in anticipation for precipitation, stack chips with a rainy day. Jay, Rain Man is back with Little Miss Sunshine. Rihanna, where you at?
You have my heart, and we'll never be